Hello and welcome to Coffin Bay. So we just went to breakfast at the Rogue and Rascal in Port Lincoln, and then we drove the 35 minutes to get here to Coffin Bay. So if you're wondering what to do in Coffin Bay National Park, this episode will help you to plan a whole day in the area. We've actually booked the Oyster Farm tour and we're about to get on the boat right now. It's turned out to be a beautiful day here and I'm really excited for the tour. Apparently you can see dolphins and seals, and the girls are really excited to learn about the oysters, even though none of us actually eat oysters. What a stunning day for a boat tour. Well, this day is really surprising. It was forecast to be cloudy, but that is not cloudy. That is stunning. We booked our Oyster Farm tour online with Experience Coffin Bay. They take you out on their boat for around 3 hours. The tour cost $170 per adult, and you can add a dozen oysters onto your package for an extra $15 each. As you approach the oyster farm, you begin to see the rows and rows of posts and lines where the oysters are grown in the bags. The girls had the best time spotting starfish and shells in the water below. Once you arrive to the farm, you anchor up and get ready for the fun part. These waders might look a bit silly, but they did great to keep us completely dry in the water. They've even got a little pocket on the inside to keep your phone or camera. Woot woo, babe. You should buy some of them for wearing all the time. It was time to get in. It feels so weird, it like suctions to your legs.
Yeah.
Cold makes you feel a bit wet, honestly.
It's weird when you lift your leg, it feels like it's floating because it starts to rise to the surface.
Yeah, we're in the water, Callie. I've never seen an oyster farm up close, and it was really cool to see the rows of posts and lines just full of oyster bags. Some are higher than others, depending on what rotation the oysters are on. So beautiful today. They showed us their biggest and oldest oyster that is 8 years old and absolutely massive. We had such perfect weather, which I'm grateful for, because our tour guide said at times it can be like a washing machine in here.
If your feet touch the ground, then your head will be under the water. Unless you're a mermaid. Are you a mermaid?
No.
Not today.
Problem.
Girls are desperate to go in the water. Little do they know it's absolutely freezing. Mila, what do you think about this oyster farm? Mila just asked if we can go back home. You can't take your jacket off. Oh, Callie, you get cold. Yes, you will. It would have been interesting to listen to the talk about the other farms in the water, but the girls weren't having it. And head back to the boat. The girls have done pretty well, but they're getting a little bit over it. They just want to go swimming. There goes Trendy Tom. He didn't make that look easy. While the rest of the group stayed in the water to learn more, we went and enjoyed some time overlooking the beautiful bay at the front of the boat. Where are you escaping to? She can't get up. I was worried 3 hours on the boat might be too long with the kids, but honestly it was fine. We just made sure to bring snacks and colouring for when they did the main talk back on the boat. What did you guys think of the oyster tour?
Not too bad.
What did you like seeing?
Nothing.
What about you, Tom?
It's good. It's nice to go for a bit of a walk in the water. It's just a beautiful day.
We learnt how they spawn, hatch, grow and farm the oysters, how to shuck an oyster without losing a finger, and why Coffin Bay can grow some of the best oysters in the world.
That'll be all one movement instead of one demo.
Wow. It was when we left the farm that we had the most fun.
Dolphin.
Dolphins, Callie, look! It's right there, look!
Oh, there.
Wow, look!
Yeah, I smell a fin.
Wow!
Oh, look at him.
Oh, wow, Mila! We were so amazed. They stayed by the boat and played together for a good 10 minutes. I've never seen them so close, so this felt very special. There he is, look! Dolphin!
That was incredible.
I think Callie's favourite animal is going to be dolphin now. We then headed towards Brothers Island to see if we could spot some seals. Do you think we'll see any seals on the island?
I can't see whole body.
They were feeling pretty shy, so kept to themselves and played around in the water nearby. We definitely got more lucky with the dolphins this day. The views from the boat were incredible, and the water was just so smooth. We felt very relaxed.
What's he closing his eyes?
I'm glad we booked the tour, and even though we don't eat oysters, it was still so interesting learning about how they farm them. We'll finish the tour. We learned a lot about the oyster farming itself. The highlight was definitely the dolphins swimming up by us. That was so cool.
swim.
Swim, dolphin. So now it's lunchtime. It's about 12:30, I think. We're gonna head to Jimmy's. We're gonna head to get some fish and chips at, I think it's 1802. You know you're in South Australia when there's just casual emus. Yeah, maybe we'll ride him to the restaurant.
And ride him to the restaurant together.
Wow, he does. Hey, who's on the front of me?
Who's on my back?
1802 was a great stop for lunch. We got spoiled with some epic views, delicious food, and the atmosphere was very welcoming.
You want to eat a salmon egg?
Okay.
Just chomp it.
Doughy.
What did you get, Tom?
Dry edge kingfish. Comes with mussels and coconut broth. Looks pretty good.
And I just went with the classic. And you go fish.
Do you want to try one of them? Maybe a little bit? That's like an oyster, like the people were eating today, but smaller.
Is it a
You wanna try
mussel?
Yeah, it's a mussel. It's like an oyster. You put it all in your mouth and chew it up. You like it?
No. I don't really like oysters. Eating oysters are very
I don't normally like fish, but the lady said that the nanny guy fish, which this is, isn't very fishy. That's my kind of fish. We never get the chance to go out for lunch because Callie is usually napping at this time. It was nice to mix it up a bit. We're all done our meals and that was delicious. I would definitely recommend coming here for lunch if you're in Coffin Bay for the day. We are heading into the national park now. We're going to try and nap Callie in the car on our drive, and I'm not sure where we'll go first. I think we're going to head out to a lookout. National parks have become my favourite places while travelling Australia. They're just so rugged and natural and it feels good to be there. So we entered the national park and we drove I think 35 minutes and we've come out to Golden Island Lookout. It is so beautiful out here. The island itself is really cool, but I'm loving the sand dunes out there. I'll show you this island. Check out the beautiful sand on this beach. Wow, it's so beautiful here. Tom's stuck in the car because the girls are napping. The next stop on our little trip is Almonte Beach. The girls were still napping, so I took to the skies while we waited. Got the girls out of the car. Callie's a bit sad because she didn't have a very long nap. Oh, Baba. I think she'll feel better once we get to the beach. As soon as these two saw the sand dunes, they were all over it. I tried to lure them closer to the beach, but they had other plans. You okay?
Yeah.
How did Daddy get up there, Mia? Uh-oh, Mila. Oh, no. Seriously, they had the best time playing in the sand. Empty out your pockets. You go that way, we'll go this way, and we'll meet you at the beach. Is she coming? Where are you? The camera just cannot pick up how epic those sand dunes are along the beach. Oh, it's just so stunning. What do you think, Mia?
Yeah. It's your sweet birthday. It's a beautiful picture.
We found the geese casually walking along the beach.
Yeah, they look like it.
As usual, the girls had so much fun rolling around in the sand and finding cool shells. Look at the ripples in the sand, Mila. This was easily the most rugged and untouched beach I've ever been on. It felt like you were the first person ever to be here. We always leave a beach absolutely covered in sand, but the girls are so happy about it.
Start 5k hike back to the car.
What an absolutely stunning beach that was.
We're
Gonna head home now. We're staying at Port Lincoln Tourist Park, which is about 35 minutes away from here. So we're gonna start the drive home because Tom's got to pack up this afternoon. We're spending a few days in Ceduna before moving on to the Nullarbor. I'm excited to see how the girls go with it. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love it if you could give us a thumbs up or a comment. It really helps us to get our content out there. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, hit that subscribe button. Bye. That night we had the most incredible show of the Southern Lights. It was the perfect end to a perfect day. Tune in next time as we take on 1,400 kilometres and 14 and a half hours of driving with 2 toddlers in just 72 hours. Crossing the Nullarbor has some ups and downs, but it has to be done to get to the world's most pristine beaches in Western Australia. Thanks for watching and see you next time.